Hello and welcome to Class Clown series. In this IELTS speaking sample video, we'll be exploring the topic of music. As we go through the sample answers, I encourage you to practice responding to the questions yourself. Then, join me at the end of the lesson for a review of some essential vocabulary. Let's go!
How much time do you spend listening to music every day?
I want to say 24 hours, but that would be probably an exaggeration. Around 4 to 5 hours.
And why?
Because it goes with everything. I play sports listening to music. I do exercise listening to music. Sometimes I relax. Sometimes it's just in the background. I think music is probably the most relaxing and invigorating thing in my life.
On a typical day, what would be the main reason for you to listen to music?
As I was saying earlier, I listen to music for a variety of reasons. I love listening to music when I work out or when I'm just walking around the city. Sometimes it's to help me relax. Sometimes it helps me with energy. Occasionally when I'm feeling sad, just to kind of feel the sadness and deal with it.
Have you ever been to a live concert or music festival?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of them, but the most recent one I remember is when I went to Shakira's concert in Colombia. It was awesome. It was so energetic. She's an amazing performer.
What kind of music did you listen to when you were younger?
I listened to a lot of rap at the time when I was a teenager, and it was mainly because Persian rap was becoming really popular, and it was very kind of against the suppression in the society, and it was kind of like when you look at the history of rap, it was along the same lines. So it felt like that rebellious outlook on life.
Describe a genre of music that you enjoy today.
Interestingly, recently I've gotten into listening to house music a lot, and this is because I went to a dance lesson, which was house music, and it was just to try it out and see what it's like. But then I found out that it was really kind of it hypes you up, it gives you a lot of energy, and a lot of times I find it that it's a popular electronic music, but what I found is that they do a lot of remixes of the songs that I already know, but there's more energy to the song. It's kind of faster paced. So I listen to it before workout, during workout, and after workout. It hypes me up. I mean, in the evening, it gives me a lot of energy, so sometimes I find it difficult to sleep after I've listened to a lot of house music. But during the day, I really like listening to it because it's got an energetic vibe to it, and I think it's the kind of music that you can find a lot in festivals, like music festivals, events, and I like dancing to it because it's fast paced, so you're burning, it's heavy cardio, you're burning a lot of calories, which is great for what I'm looking for, but it's also it hypes you up. So if I'm feeling down and I'm going for a walk and I just need to do a presentation or go to work or do something that I need my energy for, I kind of listen to it on repeat, sometimes the same song that I really like, and just kind of I find myself dancing to the beat, and it's like a sugar rush.
Some people argue that classical music is outdated and no longer relevant. Do you agree or disagree?
I kind of disagree because I think classical music is the base of what we have today. So if you look at opera, ballet, these are still popular. I mean, of course, there are remixes of these songs, and sometimes you have to adapt them to modern taste. Like if you look at the type of music that we listen to in popular TV shows, sometimes they're simply remixes, or actually the opposite, classical versions of popular songs. So I think there's still room for these types of this type of music, but maybe occasionally we need to adapt it to modern taste.
What role do you believe music festivals play in discovering new talent?
They give the opportunity to people with people who are not famous, who are just starting up their own band, indie music, to have a platform and be heard. And if people go to festivals for headliners, for big names, right? But they also have the opportunity to listen to smaller bands, indie musicians, and you never know, you might find someone you really like and start following them, and it gives them the opportunity to get their own fan base.
Can you tell me about the most important cultural or musical event in your country?
I'm not sure because I haven't been living here long enough, but there's this festival called the Veld, if I'm not mistaken, and I recently heard about it because it's an electronic music festival, and apparently it's very popular. I talked to someone who attended the festival, and they were telling me that there's a lot of really good musicians there. It's a great opportunity to see other people, just kind of dance, have a good time, hear about more Canadian and international musicians. I've never been there myself, but it seems like a pretty big deal in Toronto.
What can governments do to promote musical appreciation?
There's one thing that they often do in the city of Toronto, and it's bringing random musicians or sometimes famous people to events for free. I'm talking about central stations like Union Station, where one day there would be a band performing at 2 p.m. and as people are going through their daily activities, they just kind of listening to music. And I think that's the kind of way you can promote music and just kind of show the importance of it. It changes the vibe of the city.
Do you think technology has helped or hindered the evolution of music, and why?
I think in some ways it has definitely helped it. We've got better recording facilities. You can see better choreography, better videography, design and quality of music, sound system. But a lot of people are against this. If you auto-tune a singer, are they really good? Do they have a good voice? So there's a lot of controversy around it. And I think in some ways it has promoted look and equipment over quality, but in many ways it has given us access to better sound quality, better music in general.
Exaggeration. A statement or description that makes something seem larger, better, worse, or more important than it really is. It would be an exaggeration to say I knew her well. I only met her twice. He told his story simply and without exaggeration. Invigorating. Making somebody feel healthy and full of energy. These yoga postures are invigorating and good for balance. The music was invigorating and fun. Suppression. The act of ending something by force. We do not tolerate the suppression of free speech. She learned that suppression of her angry feelings didn't help. Rebellious. Unwilling to obey rules or follow generally accepted standards of behavior. He has always had a rebellious personality. He was a rebellious young man who got into a lot of trouble. Remix. To change or improve the different parts of an existing music recording to make a new recording. The song was remixed to remove the live audience. They recently released a remix of their first album. Fast-paced. Moving, changing, or happening very quickly. She enjoys working in a fast-paced environment. This movie is a fast-paced thriller. Hype somebody up. To make someone feel very excited about something. The announcer was trying to hype the crowd up before the show started. I was hyped up because it was such a big race. Vibe. The mood of a place, situation, or a person. The city is famous for its laid-back vibe. The music has a soothing vibe. Indie. Indie music or films are made by small independent companies. The popularity of indie bands has soared in recent years. Indie filmmakers and musicians both rely heavily on festivals. Headliner. The main performer at a concert or festival. The festival organizers still haven't announced the headliner for Saturday night. My favorite singer is the headliner at tonight's concert. Hinder. To limit the ability of someone to do something. A poor diet can hinder mental and physical growth. I don't know if these changes are going to help or hinder the team. Choreography. The skill of combining movements into dances to be performed. She's been asked to do the choreography for a new musical. This music video has won some awards for its choreography. And finally, Auto-tune. To use a special computer program to change and improve the sound of someone's recorded voice. So many singers use Auto-tune these days. He was criticized for the auto-tuned vocals on his new album. Alrighty, there are many more sample videos in this playlist, so click here to practice. And consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us a lot. Thank you, and see you soon.